Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. This is the rare combination of a Pauper and an MTG Finance video. I have been chatting with MakingSmartPlays, and he sent me this email about what will happen. As you know, in his predictions video about the post-banning metagame, he predicted some card movements and prices. Before I get started on this, I'd like to mention that Cloud of Fairies and Snap have fallen a lot. I hope you immediately sold when you saw the bannings. Some other cards, the Prohibit, the land destruction spells, etc. also very likely to fall. On Wednesday, some people are still keeping the Cloud of Fairies and Snap because they need them to actually play Fisher until Wednesday. But after Wednesday, they will sell. And my experience tells me that 1 week after the bannings, the prices of Cloud of Fairies and Snap will be the lowest. But I think you should. I predicted $5 and for Cloud of Fairies and $2.50 for Snap. The two cards are still part of the best deck in the metagame, Delver, or perhaps the second best after Stompy. So they will not be worthless. And I think the time to pick them up, you should pick them up no later than October 9th. You should have a playset of Cloud of Fairies and Snap, because there will be a long time before they become as cheap again as they are right now. I think I'm picking up the playset today, personally, but that might be too early, as actually some people have to sell after they are actually after the Fisher decks are actually banned. Okay, having mentioned this, let's go into what Jeff is talking about here. MakingSmartPlays, then MSP, is the writer of this. So some things to consider: how much upside. That's very, very important to think about. For example, investing in days now is really crazy because it's higher than it's ever been, and the only thing that can happen to it is that it is reprinted. There should be some organic growth, but they can print it as a promo. They can open drafts again, and then it will drop like a stone. It was 5 tickets when Ursa and Arcadian Masks were drafted by New Year 2012. The downside, of course, is very interesting. Look at a card like Cabal Ritual, how low it fell when Storm was banned. Do you use it for 4 slots? What potential uses? Yeah, look at a card like Reality Acid. It's not too heavily printed, and it's now almost free. Actually, the free MTGO Traders free bot has Reality Assets right now, and it should be worth something. But you should also consider how easy the cards are to sell. And cards that are worth 50 cents or more today, you should probably be able to sell for tickets to players instead of selling them to bots. And then that will reduce the rake, the fee you have to pay, and will make cards easier to sell. Speculating in Delver of Secrets, if you can get them for 1 cent and sell them for 10 cents, it's hard, and you maybe need to have a bot. Okay, back to the action. Grim Harvest. Let's check MTGO Traders. What about Grim Harvest? Is it worth anything? MTGO Traders is perhaps not the best play to buy the commons. They can usually be had easier by cheaper, but this is a bulk, almost bulk. Some upside, maybe not that much. It will have a lot of use in future decks, and it never 4 off. Cold Snap wasn't printed heavily. Yeah, get your playset now probably, but do not invest. Crimson Acolyte and Obsidian Acolyte. Very solid investments. How solid? Let's look at Acolytes. Can you do this on MTGO Traders? Let's see. Yeah, you could. Nice. Okay, Crimson is 35 cents. I think has been $1. Obsidian is 34. These are cards that are expensive enough. So if you get 200%, which is what I am always looking for in a speculation. And White Ween is coming back. Hey, I am making notes here in my investment sheet. Obsidian Acolyte, Crimson Acolyte. Yeah, this should be heavily used. Many 4-offs, yeah. And they will not be reprinted. I don't think they will be reprinted. Suppressant Scary. Oh, right before the bannings, right when Mercadia Mask was... This was the first card I went heavily into. I bought 50 Suppressant Scaries at half a ticket. Look at this. Because they were $2 cards. If there's ever an engine again, Suppressant Scary and Sandstone Needle will go through the roof. They will hit 2, maybe 3 tickets. But there's nothing right now that tells us that there will be an engine. But if you don't have a playset, you should definitely pick it up now. Rancor is falling! It has been so stable that I didn't think it'd fall due to rotation, because it wasn't heavily played in standard, less heavily than I thought. But look at this, 34 cents. 0 in stock means that it's going up. Get your Rancors now! Rancor will easily go to 1 ticks within the year. And that makes it a very solid investment. Where else in the world can you get 200% in a year? Buy your Rancors now. Gitaxian Probe. I think the race has already happened on Gitaxian Probe. It was down to, after the bannings, it was down to like 15 cents. But now it's 79 cents. It's sold out, so it's going up. If you don't have a playset, get it now. But I don't see where it... I don't see it going a lot. Spider Silk Armor, sell it now. I sold my yesterday. $4 for this card is ridiculous. Innocent Blood, it's already expensive. Could get reprinted. I don't think. Sell your races. Probe is... MakingSmartPlays loves Probe, but Probe is a dated card. You can't fit Probe in a blue-black control deck. You can't spend 5 mana. Maybe as a sideboard card against control. But I prefer deep analysis. I prefer drawing 4 cards instead of making the opponent discard 2 cards. What if they don't have any cards? Unearth, also a card that I think is... it's not cheap at $2. I bought them at 60 cents. I sold a pile for $2 each, and I can't go much higher. I think people will eventually realize that Unearth is not the card, even in mono black control. If you really want to win the control mirrors, you can't fit Unearth into your deck. Exclude, this is one of my better investments. I bought a large number of excludes at 25 cents when it was several months after Invasion was drafted in 2012, and now it's a $4 card. You can't buy it. It's way too expensive. Soul Manipulation. What the hell is that? Ooh, 2 cents with 35. Counter target creature spell. And or return target creature card in the graveyard to your hand. Hey! Wow! Under most circumstances, this is maybe even better than Exclude. That's a great card. And if Exclude is $4 and this is 2 cents, then I think this is probably the better investment. But with all the warnings I told you about cards costing 2 cents, they will be very hard to sell without a huge rake. Most bots take, if you try to sell something for 10 cents that they don't really want, they will pay you 1 cent. So you might face a 90% rake from the bots. That makes it very hard to sell. Well, Putrid Leech, pick them up. Won't probably go very far. The problem with Putrid Leech is that I don't know how far the LR cards can go, or the sort of younger cards. Tortured Existence, that's a card that should pick up in price, but there's been many times in the life of Tortured Existence where it should pick up. Whoa! Wow, it has! Jesus, I didn't know this. I have a lot of Tortured Existence. Hope I haven't sold them. Gotta check it. They were 15 cents for the longest time. And 6 times the money. Nice! Firebolt, Preordain, Muldrifter. I think Preordain is way too overprinted to ever get any value, as is Muldrifter. And 100% return only if you have a way to sell them. I've learned the hard way to not invest too heavily in these cheap, really playable cards. But Firebolt is not one of them. Firebolt is more expensive. And it used to be really, really powerful in MetaGame. Firebolt might very well be a card that could reach $1 within 1 or 2 years. So that's an investment. So now I will put this in an article together with MSP's predictions for the metagame, and I will put what he wrote in it. But in this video you have my comments as well then. So thank you for watching.